Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss a topic of your writing section, that is analytical paragraph writing. Students, there has been a change in your syllabus this time in class 10th, and instead of story writing, analytical paragraph writing has been introduced, and the weightage given to it is 10 marks. So it is a very important question, and this is something you have never done before. So I think you need to understand it nicely and practice it also. Now, to begin with, what is analytical paragraph writing? You should understand one thing about this. When I tell you that this is analytical paragraph writing, it is something that you have to write in a logical sequence. One thing, you will be given maybe a chart or a table or a map or a graph or a pie chart, any of this kind of an input. And you will have to analyze that chart or the graph, and then you will have to change it into a paragraph form. So, this is something that should have a logical sequence and it should be arranged. So, this is arranging the information in a logical sequence. And before arranging, you will have to interpret it nicely, you will have to understand it nicely and analyze it nicely, and only then you will be able to write this analytical paragraph. So, analytical paragraph presents evidence in order to prove and support your thesis. And thesis is a statement that declares what you believe and what you intend to prove. So, on the basis of the pie chart or the graph, you are bringing an information out and you are trying to prove something. So, this is how it goes. Now remember, whenever you are given anything, suppose it is the pie chart or the graph, etc., I think you would have studied these things. They are in a way mathematical representations of any information. In mathematics, maybe you would have studied it, and if not, you would have to do it now. These may be charts, tables, maps, or graphs. Let us see what are other details of this analytical paragraph writing, or we can just say analytical writing. The word analytical stands from the word analysis, which means detailed examination of an element or a structure of something. So, what you are doing, you are analyzing something in detail. Whatever graph or pie chart has been given, you will analyze, study it, and then present what is the thesis. Analytical paragraph writing is about analyzing a given graphic. Graphic means whatever graphic representation it is, whether it is chart, table, map, or a simple graph, and summarizing the details given in that into a paragraph. So whatever details and data has been provided in the graph, chart, etc., is to be changed into a language or text form or into a paragraph. Analytical writing accesses your ability to think critically. How critically you can think, how much you can analyze something, what is the trend given, what is increasing, what is decreasing, how much it is increasing. So, you need to analyze all these things. Maybe I think it will be very important to you in your life also, because you normally we are presented with datas, but until and unless you are able to understand the datas, you will not be able to make wise decisions. So your ability to think critically and transfer your ideas into well developed and well reasoned, well logical, and well supported form of writing is analytical writing. The the graphic may be, it can be a map, it can be a chart, it can be a graph, it can be a report also. A report can also be changed into a analytical paragraph and may include comparative datas. Maybe there are comparisons between two things, 2 years, or two commodities. So there can be various kinds of comparisons which are possible in this. Let us see. Now, why is analytical writing important? The analytical writing accesses critical thinking. Nowadays, in the new education policy, they want to develop your critical thinking skills and analytical skills and your writing capabilities. It evaluates your ability to communicate and support complicated ideas. Though they seem to be complicated, but you have to bring down to a simpler level of language and understand them. Design also whether it is complicated ideas you have to understand, whether it is a design that you have to understand, or test arguments and engage in a clear and intelligible discussion of an issue. And whatever discussion you have to do should be in a clear way and in an intelligent way. It doesn't access how much you know about a specific topic. You actually need not know anything about it. The data would be provided to you. You just have to study the data and you have to produce it into a proper language. You don't have to add anything of your own. Now, what to write? A simple diagram with different details is easy to summarize. You need to just note down the details and make sentences out of them. First, study the data and then make simple sentences from them. That is your analysis. Now, how to write it? Remember, as we have a layout of different writing forms, analytical paragraph also has a structure, a layout where there is an introductory paragraph or an overview. Then there is the body of this paragraph, and it can also be divided into two paragraphs, and finally it is the conclusion. Before you start writing, identify the type of graphic and observe the details given. Then make a rough plan, noting down the details. A bit of rough plan is to be made here. Directly, you shouldn't switch on to writing the fair writing paragraph. It is required a little homework, a little analysis is to be done before jumping on to the conclusion and before writing the body of this paragraph. Now, there are three ways given below to write an analytical paragraph, or you can say three steps are there. First one is introduction. You will simply tell what is given to you for analysis. This tells the reader what your paragraph is about. It is the main idea of paragraph, that you just have to tell what is this paragraph about. It should be the first sentence of your paragraph. Introduce your chart to the readers in one or two sentences, that this is the chart given and that is to be compared. This is what is to be done. Now, the body. Explain in your own words how your evidence supports your topic sentence. Now, in the body of the letter, you would just be able to write the body part of the letter only when you have analyzed everything nicely. You cannot move on without that. So, Once you have analyzed everything, explain in your own words. You can use your own words to show your evidence supports your topic sentence. That means whatever the pie chart or the graph has given, you will now start describing it and comparing and contrasting, etc. Talk about specific words, phrases, or ideas found in your evidence. And what is the trend that is seen? Suppose something is increasing, suppose something is decreasing. There is a trend seen there. There is a comparison seen between two commodities in 2 years. What is it? Make specific connection between your evidence and topic sentence. So you have to produce evidence and then you have to relate that whatever you had introduced is right. Never write all the specific details in one large paragraph. We can divide it into two paragraphs. You should group the specific features of your graphic into separate paragraph. If required, you can increase the number of paragraphs for from 2 or more. Then finally, once you have described everything, you can come to a conclusion. And in the conclusion, it answers the question, what is your point? What do you want to finally conclude here and put before the audience? It should tie back to the topic sentence. That means what you have started with, there is one thing, and now finally there is a conclusion. So you started with something and the conclusion is a result of that. It should be in one sentence, one or two sentences. You can use the words like, in all, this is the trend that is seen, or something like that. Thus, it can be concluded this, or on the whole, we see that this is it. And in these kind of ways, a simple conclusion can be written. Now, let us see what are the different points to remember. Introduce your graphic and your task. In the first paragraph, we know that we have to introduce the graphic, whether it is a pie chart, whether it is a graph, whether it is a table, or anything else. Use short and meaningful sentences of your own. Don't make very long sentences, and make meaningful sentences. Don't write uselessly, because this is something you are writing factually. Include the main detail of the graphic. So the main striking details are to be written in this. Summarize the information given therein accurately. And accuracy is also required. You cannot write anything on your own. So in a summarized way, you have to give the information, but it should be accurate. Compare the details and data meaningfully if needed. And wherever compare and contrast is required, do it and produce meaningful conclusions. Conclude with a line of overview, and conclusion can be a short one. Don't add your information or data. It has been advised that you cannot use your own information or data. Please use your general knowledge is not required here. Whatever has been given is to be written. So need not get learn much information. Only the information is given and you have to change it into a text or paragraph or a language. Now, writing task. There is an example here describing a pie chart. You can see that there is a pie chart that has been given here, and pie chart is actually a circular graph divided into slices. So mathematically you may be aware about the pie chart. Now let us see an example and exactly move on how to describe and how to divide it and how to study this. Now, what has been given here? Contribution to the economy of Turkey by sector. Can you see the 2 years given, 2000 and 2016? Then we can see that agriculture is occupying 24% in 2000 while 14% in the other. Then there is construction 3% and there 10%, manufacturing 8% and 12%, then trade allied etc. from 14 to 16. Next is 17 and 17. That means some things have increased, some things have decreased. And suppose you can see finance, business and others, they have also increased. Leisure and hospitality has decreased, and we can say that healthcare and education have remained the same. So there are three trends which can be noted: some increase, some decrease, and some which have remained the same. So first study it nicely, then move on so that we can write it down and form it properly. The whole pie chart below shows the percentage of industry sectors contribution to the economy of Turkey in 2000 and 2016. So this is what is the question. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So first of all, you have to summarize the information, and you have to do it by selecting and reporting the main features. Whatever are the striking features are written, and make comparison. You can make comparisons also between these two pie charts, and wherever it is relevant, wherever it is required, not unnecessarily. So this is the question that has been actually given, and you will move on now. Contribution to the economy of Turkey by sector. Now, what is the overview? Once we have seen this, there are many ways to find key features. Now, each one can describe in his own way. There can be various ways in which you can give an overview of. The two ways that have been given here are: search for the biggest and the smallest slices. So we can see the biggest is agriculture in the first one, and smallest is construction. In the second one, we can see it is health and education, 17%, and the least one is, I think, 8%. So yes, 8% is finance, business and other. Or the second way is find which slices become bigger, smaller or didn't change. Or what is the change, what is the trend, something is increasing, something is decreasing, or something is remaining the same. So you can see this and study this. Each of these options is fine, but try both of them. And the suggestion is that follow just one trend. Don't follow everything, because you have to keep your overview short, 2 to 4 keywords. So normally you can write it in 160 to 70 words, I think. So word limit is also mentioned, and we have to write accordingly. So let us again see both these charts, and we have followed the two strategies: largest agriculture, smallest construction, then largest healthcare and education, smallest finance, business and others. So this is the first thing we have seen for the overview. This is our rough work that we have to do. Then we can move on that introduction. First, simply we can write what is it. In the introduction, what is this chart and what is it comparing and what it is giving to us. The two pie charts illustrate how different industry sector contributed to the how different industry sector contributed to the economy of Turkey percentage wise in the years 2000 and 2016. Yes, this has been given. There is a pie chart of economy of Turkey, and it is given percentage wise the distribution of different industries contributing, and there are 2 years, it is 2000 and 2016. So for introduction, this short introduction is enough. Now we will move on. We will see some specific features, what are the trends. We will study everything for the body of this paragraph. Construction sector accounted for 3% of Turkey's economy in 2000. So this is a minimum we have talked, and experienced a more than threefold increase to 1/10 in 2016. So from 3% it has increased to 10%. That means three times it has increased. So a very big increase. Economic income from trade, utilities, and transportation was 14% earlier, and the same earlier, and in 2000, and had a slight growth of 2% in 2016. So there is some slight growth. If it is a gradual growth, steep growth, stark growth, very high growth, right, how much it is. At the beginning of the period, manufacturing and finance, business, and other services made up to 8%. We can see here that this has contributed to 8% and 5%, both these sectors of Turkey's economy respectively, but later they rose to 12% and 8%. So you have written that what has been the change, something has increased or something has decreased, can be written here. Now let us see another specific features which we can write here. Agriculture, something which has been the biggest, which comprised almost a quarter of Turkey's economy in 2000, um, fell to 14%. That means it decreased in 2016. In 2000, economic outputs from government and leisure and hospitality sector were 12% and 17, and both decreased by 3% after 16-year period. Now earlier we have seen the trend of increase, and now we are seeing what are the sectors which are decreasing after 16-year period, that means in 2000 and 2016. In contrast, contribution from healthcare and education sector remained constant in both years at 17. And one more trend, something that has remained constant. So in first paragraph we have described increase, then decrease, and constant one. All the three trends we have described. Now overall, finally, what is the conclusion? What we can write in the conclusion? Overall, at the beginning of the period, construction contributed the least. Earlier, construction contributed less to the least to the economy of Turkey, while agriculture was the most significant economic sector. In comparison, at the end of the period, healthcare and education became the largest economic segment, and the lowest contribution was made by finance, business, and other services. So, in between, what are the trends have been given, but overall, what is the biggest increase and what is the biggest decrease, etc., can be given in an overall overview kind of a comparison. So this is how we have seen that agriculture has drastically changed, and then we can see the other sectors like construction also. Now finally, when we have written all this, this is our final paragraph writing, that there are two pie charts and they illustrate how different industry sectors contributed to the economy of Turkey percentage wise. This is introduction, and there is a pie chart giving economy of Turkey, and there are different industry sectors, and there are 2 years 2000, and there is a trend after 2016 years, that is in 2016. Construction sector accounted for 3% of Turkey, and we have seen that the construction sector, that we have already described earlier, that the construction sector accounted for 3% of Turkey's economy in 2000, and experienced a more than threefold increase, or 1/10, that we have already seen. Economic increase from trade, utilities, and transportation from 14 in 2000, and had a slight growth of 2% in 2016. All these we have already written. Now we are compiled together in the form of a single writing form, that is an analytical paragraph writing. So we can see 4 paragraphs here. One is introduction, 2 paragraphs are the body of the letter, and finally at the end we have the conclusion, where we are giving overall at the beginning of the period, construction contributed the least to the economy of Turkey, while agriculture was the most significant economic sector. In comparison, at the end of the period, healthcare and education became the largest economic segment, and the lowest contribution was made by finance, business, and other services. So we have seen that in the first paragraph it was introduction, what has been given and what is seen. In the second paragraph we have seen what are the trends, that what are normally increasing. In the second one we have seen decreasing, and the one which has remained constant, and finally the overall view, that this is what we are able to understand. So I think this is where we come to the end of this, and this is just one example that we have given. There can be various examples which are possible, and we'll do it later. Try to understand this nicely and practice it.